the anime capital, Akibahara, Japan. Now, for Akibahara, it's in the vicinity of downtown Tokyo, and it's close to other locations. So I'll pull up a map here. And so the location, as I said, is central Tokyo. And what's it like? It's pretty much the stereotypical, like, if someone were to picture, what does Tokyo look like? With all like the flashing lights, the mascots, that whole thing. They're not really thinking of Tokyo itself. They're really thinking of Akihabara. And what it's known for is pretty much all their anime, manga, video games, and what they call idol culture, which is essentially like the smaller version of what Swifties would be for Taylor Swift. And a fun fact, the nickname for this is Akiba, which is known as translated to Electric Town. And so, people think, okay, well, I'm in Akihabara. What do I do? Because I know nothing, I got no information, but I know I want to see some anime stuff. So with that, I bring to anime attractions. And so with this, I use the site Akibahara Area Guide with Tokyo Chipo. And so one of them being known as Don Kito. So this is kind of like your Walmart mixed in. It's like a giant super mall, but instead of being horizontal, it's vertical. And so with that, you can get groceries, toys. You can also get electronics, high-end fashion goods. So they have like their version like Macy's or JCPenney's or something like that. And then they also have on one of their floors a idol group where they essentially perform and have like mini concerts in this tiny building. And so another thing you can do over there is also enjoy the cafes. And one of them happens to be a maid cafe, which I'll get into later. And the cool thing about this place is that it's open 24/7. And then the next place would be Radio Kaikon. And this place, you can pretty much buy manga. They have model kits of like specific series that they do in Japan. They also have trading cards like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff like that. And then they also have like figurines and collectibles. If there's like a specific series you like, you can buy their figurines there. And this place is open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then another place for anyone who's like really into like retro gaming but doesn't really want to have something like super crazy is another place called Gamers. And so as I mentioned, you can buy pretty much anything retro from like the N64 and below. So that way you don't have to like go online if you're one of those collectors who likes to go in person. But if you don't want to buy their video games, those have CDs, stationaries, stuff like that, stuff like your desk or whatnot. And then, they're open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then finally, something that should be pretty easily understand if anyone's in Japan who doesn't speak English. If they want to look for a specific store, they don't know how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure everyone can pronounce Super Potato, which is pretty much the Japanese GameStop, except they don't rip you off. So you can sell your stuff, but you can also buy game stuff, and then as well as specializing in like using old games, so that way it's at a fair price. But they also make it, a little more expensive because it's a business. And this place is open between 11 a.m. and 10 p.m. And you would think, oh, all right, I've seen all my stuff. I'm getting pretty hungry. I kind of want to find some place to eat. Now, some people would probably just go to like a standard sushi bar or just a basic restaurant that they would recognize. But if you still want that otaku experience, another place you could go to would be something like, on Tokyo Travel, something like Sumo and Dinner, which essentially you get to witness sumo wrestling as you eat. So instead of a dinner show, it's a sumo show. And so pretty much you have hot pots, rice, that sort of combination. And so pretty much a sumo's diet is what you get to eat as you watch. And the cool thing about this is that you can also interact with the sumos and actually sumo wrestle them if you want. And I know you're thinking like, do I have to go butt naked for that? No, they have an inflatable sumo outfit that you can wear to participate if you wanted to. Now you're thinking, man, I'm not really in the mood to see guys beat each other up butt naked as I eat. I want something more the anime vibe still, something that I would see in a slice of life. And for some people, myself included, that would be maid cafes. And so with that, the one I will go to relates to the one at Don Kito. It's called At Home Cafe. And so it's pretty much your standard French maid outfit, and they pretty much pamper you to kingdom come. Order your food like normal, but they'll also, give a little maid prayer to make your food taste better. And they do special occasions, so like if it's your birthday, the whole cafe will surround you and take a photo with you, and then they'll sing you happy birthday and present you with a cake. And if that's, too much for some people, we can go to something more low-key. Something where you don't want to see that many people, touching, but you don't want to be to the point where they're pampering you. Just some place where you can relax and feel comfortable. And some of those places would be video game cafes. And the best one that Akibahara has to offer would be the Square Enix Cafe. And with them, they are pretty much just a game-themed cafe. So unfortunately, you can't they don't have PCs for you to play, but it's themed based on the Square Enix company. So Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Kingdom Hearts, that sort of thing. They have all the types of merchandise and food that you can get there. And when you think of their food, you would think, is it standard or is it special? They have a special menu based on what series you want. And as you can see here, they fit the theme of the menu item. And so you can get cool stuff like that. But they also have a mini gift shop. So if you want to purchase specific merch from a certain series, you can go for that. So if you wanted like a Final Fantasy collectible that you would normally not be able to get online. Chances are you'll probably find it here. And so after you've had your fill, you're thinking, okay, well, I've seen places interact, so I've done my shopping spree. I've had dinner and show, or just something low-key to eat. I'm feeling pretty tired. And, where should I go to spend the night? And the best place I would recommend are some hotels. Now, there's a bunch of different options that you can go for, but for this one, I'm going to go for the two best ones I've been able to find. So on Tokyo Travel, I've noticed that the best one to find would be Monday Apartment Prima Hotel. And it's pretty pricey. If you go on booking.com, you'll see the $3 signs. So it's a high-end luxury hotel. But the cool thing about this place is that it has a private bath, apartment-like style, free Wi-Fi, so you don't have to pay for that. It has a flat-screen TV, a kitchen, AC, so that's sort of a cool thing. And the cool thing about this hotel, because it's luxury, is that it has different rooms. So you could have a family style, or you could have like individual style for like couples, if you didn't want to, share with anyone else besides your partner. And then they also have a Japanese concept where they'll have more like a traditional Japanese themed type room. Or if you want to go high and fancy, they have video game rooms where you can just, play in bed if you want, and they'll have all the consoles available for you. Obviously, you're getting what you paid for, but it's still expensive. And if you're going to Japan, you're thinking, okay, I've had my fun of spending all my merchandise money. I'm a little low on booking, but I don't want to go to a cheap hotel. Where should I go next? The next place I've been able to find was Dormy Inn. And this place is, it's better, so you're not spending a fortune. And the cool thing about this place is that it has private parking, unlike the other one. And it also has a restaurant inside the inn, so you don't have to worry about, going out to eat if you don't want to. They also provide free breakfast, so if you don't want to, go out, you got breakfast in the morning. They'll come to you. And then they also have a bath, free Wi-Fi, TV, and AC, that sort of thing. But the cool thing about this place also is that it has an onsen, which is pretty much an outdoor hot spring bath. So the cool thing about this is that you get the full cultural experience rather than the luxury experience. The only problem would be is that it has the same design of rooms. They'll just come in different shapes, but the theme will practically be the same. So, to recap, pretty much, Akibahara is known as Akiba, which is, again, Electric Town. Stores and attractions, as I mentioned, you can go to any place like Donkido, Radio, Taikon, Super Potato, Gamers, to buy some anime merch, or if you also want like video games or something like that, you can go there. You can also check out the cafes and restaurants. There's obviously more options, but I figured if you're going for the whole, I want to feel like an otaku experience, you have your sumo and dinner, and then you have the maid cafes if you want to go there as you're shopping. And then also video game style restaurants, if you just want to take it easy but still get that feeling of you're enjoying your hobbies and interests. And then also the hotels and inns where you can stay, because you can't just sleep outside, you gotta find some place to stay. But you have varieties of going to either luxury or something low-key. And so with that, I would say, this is why I would think Akihabara would be a good place, a good destination to go to on a bucket list. Because if you're a true otaku, then you should know that there's only one place to start your journey to explore the authentic experience of your beloved anime characters right here in Akihabara. And with that, I thank you.